My next theme is health. There's only two in that one. So, number 7 on my list here of 10. You do know I'm a registered Republican, right? You do know that the Republican Party has had a long history of being an opposition party to whatever the Democrats propose. We don't need to actually propose anything better. We just need to oppose whatever the Democrats come up with. So I hope you're sitting down because for number 7, I propose universal health care. Yes, I'm serious. It's done in other nations. We know that now for a while. Europe, Australia, New Zealand, they have universal health care. It works. We spend more per person than they do on health care. And yet, our life expectancy is 4.1 years less than theirs on average. We should adopt universal health care the way they do it in civilized nations. It will cost us less. It will give freedom to those of us who are in job lock. Job lock is where, oh man, if I lose my job, I lose my health care. I'm going to keep my job. Even if it's a terrible job, a horrible boss, I can't afford to leave this job because of health care. With universal health care, it travels with you even if you don't have one job. When you move to another job, when you're in transition, you still have coverage. 60% of personal bankruptcies in the United States are due to medical debt. I'm in favor of universal health care. Write that one down. Number 8. This one is for our financial health. You know how housing is unaffordable in the United States? Wow. Turns out the United States is the only G7 nation that doesn't really strictly enforce anti-money laundering laws. That means if you're a dictator somewhere else in the world and you've been stealing billions from your citizens, you could just go buy a skyscraper in downtown LA or at Trump Tower in New York City. That's why there's so many empty office buildings around the country. They're bought with illegally gained money by foreign nationals as a money laundering mechanism because the United States allows it to happen. Simple reform for this one. Enact a law that says only U.S. citizens or legal immigrants in the process of becoming citizens can purchase and own U.S. property. That's a simple fix that will do a lot to make the housing market open up. My third theme is education. My favorite vision is about a vibrant, thriving human civilization on the surface of Mars. Stay with me on this one. The purpose of that civilization is to come back and mentor us, guide us, show us what we could become if we make the effort to do it. The United States is actually 11 major American nations, each with its own culture, its own history, its own social norms. I'm proposing that we draw from the best features of the American nations and envision that as a thriving civilization on Mars based on our shared ideals. Now work backwards from that hypothetical civilization. What do we need to change today, here and now, to get us there tomorrow? Under the category of education, I want to promote that we start getting people ready to become that civilization on Mars through education, specifically a scholarship program. This program should be open to any U.S. citizen or legal immigrant becoming a citizen, and at the moment that they earn an advanced degree at a 2-year place, 4-year college or university accredited in the United States. When they get that degree, they can take a test, basically verifying that they've done work towards civic engagement, helping the local community, that they embrace the ethos of gracious professionalism, which is espoused by the first Robotic Tech Challenge. Just a few basic requirements. Qualify for a scholarship to earn 3 master's degrees. 1 or 2 of those master's degrees need to be in the STEM field, but 1 or 2 of those 3 master's degrees need to be outside of a STEM field. Why? Because people with PhDs tend to be over-specialized to be practical, particularly in a new environment, building a new civilization on Mars. We need to send people who are jacks of all trades, masters of none, and yet rounded socially, embracing the idea of building upon our shared ideals. Okay, so scholarship program. And finally, number 10, Australia has a system of funding higher education for everyone. We should adapt it here. When I worked in aerospace, the company had a program that said, look, we will fund you getting an advanced degree, but on the condition that once you get that degree, you agree to work for us for at least another 2 years after that, maybe 4 years in some cases. We could implement a system like that here in the United States. People come in, we help them get their advanced degrees, but they commit to working here in the United States for, let's say, at least 2 years before departing to any other country. The US government needs serious reforms. And this is only going to happen when enough citizens choose to collectively make change happen. If you are currently ashamed at how the federal government goes about doing its business, then you still have a functioning moral compass. I think the government would claim that you're a member of the deep state, but you just have a functioning moral compass, and that's a good thing. If you're just going along thinking everything is great right now, the government is wonderfully rounding up people, kidnapping them, torturing them, perhaps discarding them to foreign prisons, I would assert that your moral compass needs to be restarted. This is not how humans should treat humans. Violence should always be renounced, never promoted, no lip service given to it, not as a joke, not personally, not politically, not on a national scale. We should never cheer for boats being blown out of the water extrajudicially. Find some trusted friends to help you restart your moral compass if it's not working. Once it's up and running, you're going to see a tremendous amount of hard work remains to be done to move the trajectory of this nation toward our shared ideals. Social media network connections will help. Civic engagement is essential. Civic engagement unites us. I'm Phil Turek, running for Congress. See you.